All right, ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, all right.
Why do I feel nervous? Sorry. Like this one makes I haven't felt nervous in so long since filming. Yeah, but
all of a sudden you're like excited.
Yeah, I think it's because it's like we're doing like because I had to like limit it down to 10. And I'm like,
yes.
What if everybody thinks my opinion is wrong?
I feel that way about all these videos that we're going to be shooting today.
Okay, sorry. I am ready though.
No, you're good. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Board Game Buzz today. My name is Carly.
And I'm Kim.
And today we're nervous. Clearly.
Yeah.
No, today we're really excited. We're going to be talking about, I'm not sure what order these videos are going to be released, but we're making a handful of videos basically kind of talking about top 10 blank in 2024. So the video for today is top 10 cover art, like our top 10 cover art images for board games that were released in 2024. At the time of shooting this video, it's about midway through November, so we still have a little bit left to go, technically, that a game could hypothetically be released. That's like beautiful to add it to this list. So we're just going off of kind of 2024 up till mid-November. We also wanted to make sure that all of the games that were on this list, because sometimes release dates are a little bit confusing, especially when games are released in other countries and then they get brought over here. So what we based our list off is just on BGG, the release date that is set for the titles in BGG.
Yeah.
So just kind of be aware of that as well. Another thing is there are so many games that were released this year that were beautiful. Like Kim mentioned, she had, like 25 on your list or something. It is so hard to narrow it down. So these are just objectively what we think are the best cover art for this year.
What has I can't speak. What has really like drawn to me or speaks out to me, and like to that point where you're like you see the cover and I'm like I want that game just based.
You want the game, or like I want like a poster. Like all these was like I want a poster of every single one of these titles to hang in like a game room because they're gorgeous. They're pieces of art. Please let us know what your favorite cover art is. In the description below. We would love to read through those. And let's go ahead and get started. You want to take it away, Kim?
Yes.
Okay, so start with our number 10, working our way up to number 1.
All right, so I cheat like always. I just couldn't decide.
It's really hard.
And I felt like these were similar-ish and like the joy that they brought me. Can't even pronounce it. Koinobori.
Wait, hold up. Okay, wait. How do you spell it?
Koinobori.
Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, after seeing that, I know what this one is. Yes, it is a beautiful cover. It's really pretty.
It just is so happy, joyful, and it sounds fun too. So I'm like, I don't know. It was equal. And then my other one was the Kabuto Sumo expansion.
Yep. Oh
yeah,
it is so pretty. I love the cherry blossoms in it, and the artwork carries over in like to the actual cards too a little bit more. Like it looks, it's beautiful. It really is a really.
It is. And like I just I feel like the thing that is so intriguing to me about it is like it's gorgeous, but then you look at the beetle. I think of the beetle, and he looks like he's gonna slam you.
I know. I love Kwanchi Moriya's artwork. I love everything he does, and I think Kabuto Sumo is probably my favorite of his artwork. Those are great honorable mentions. Those are
no, they're my number 10.
Oh, that's your number 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's okay.
So you had 2 for your number 10.
I had 2 for my number 10. My honorable mention is not technically not out yet.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
I'll just let it go.
Let it go. My number 10 is Fractured Sky. Something about this artwork, I don't know. It's like whimsical. I think it's just fascinating. Like the octopus holding up the different lands on each of the tentacles. Like I really like this cover.
Every time it like showed up on my Instagram earlier in the year, like the ads for it, I'd like want to click on it just based off of I'm like, I've already clicked on the ads so many times, so every time it showed up, I'm like, oh.
That's why it just keeps pulling up like you haven't bought this yet. Yeah. So that is my number 10, Fractured Sky.
My number 9 is Yonder. For one, I find it unique. I think it's like a unique kind of artwork that I don't see on board game covers too often. The fact that it's like night, but then it feels like it goes into like it's day, like it's
Yes,
bright. So
uh-huh.
and then I love the creatures, and like I like zoomed in on it, and there's like a creature in the sails that is like adorable, and the skeleton. It's just so whimsical, and I obviously love a good fantasy theme in a board game. It just draws me in.
Just simply looking at it, my very first thought
Uh-huh.
is that it's a Small World ride at Disneyland.
Oh, yep. Okay.
But like
there
in a
you
good
go.
way,
Yeah.
like because it just kind of seems like that kind of almost like childlike kind of fantasy kind of storybook
yes,
like
very much so. Yeah.
piece of art. My number 9, if I can spell, is Canopy Evergreen. I love a good nature print, and I
Yep.
think that this is probably one of the prettiest nature games that came out this year, just in regards to the cover art. And of course, it's Vincent Dutrait, so I mean that's probably why I love it so much. I love how you can see the fish in the river. It's almost like that view where you're halfway in the river or halfway
yeah.
underwater, and then you can also
See
see above the water.
It is
I
very
really
beautiful.
love it. Isn't it good?
Yes. My number 8 is Bebop.
I do really like this one too.
I love this one. It's like warm, but like you feel that cool blue jazzy theme, and
Like 100%.
yeah,
you get that
like
from this picture.
it captures what like I feel like what the game is trying to convey like perfectly, and the artist
Weberson Santiago.
you did like a perfect job. Like, you captured it perfectly.
Whirling Witchcraft is the main one that I know him for, but he also did Sail. Did you know that?
Oh no!
Yeah.
I love Sail.
And he has, well, The Bloody Inn is another really famous one of his. I would love. Do you know anything about The Bloody Inn?
I have not played it.
Okay,
No.
so it's like you're playing as an innkeeper and you're like killing your people that come
Oh,
to stay.
yeah. All right,
I want it.
add it to the Halloween
I want
list.
it so bad, but it's really hard to find. He has a very distinct art style.
Yes, and then like
and it comes through in Bebop.
Yeah,
like
it's-
it looks so good.
it's unique. It like stands out. It's beautiful. I love it.
It is gorgeous. So this next one is one that we actually got to play at the beginning of this year, and after playing it, well, actually, I saw it and I was like, yep, immediately I was like, that is gonna go on my favorite, like one of my favorite cover arts for this year. And this is Trailblazer, the Arizona Trail. I love Andrew Bosley. He's my favorite artist in the board game space. But something about this cover is just so beautiful. And I don't know, it's because I grew up in Utah, and I went to southern Utah very regularly and just saw the red rocks. I know like this is in Arizona, and lots of that kind of carries up into Utah and stuff. It reminds me of just growing up and childhood and exploring the red rock and going on hikes. It's beautiful. I love it. Great job, Andrew Bosley. It's good. It's just
You
gonna
never
get better.
not do a good job.
I know. Do you ever not do a good job? Can you stop being so great?
My number 7 is Fromage.
It is
I'm
so good.
I'm obsessed. Like it's another one where you're like, oh, a game about cheese, but you look at it and you're like, ooh, like it's like a cheese fairyland.
In
You, like,
all
the
of
ro-
the best possible ways.
All the best possible ways. The
It
cute
is-
little cows and the sheep and the rolling hills of cheese and the cute little quaint village. And the purple flowers.
It is
stupid. I'm smiling
fantastic.
so much.
It is so good.
Yeah,
It is
I love
so
it.
good. Yeah.
I'm like crying because I'm
Fills me with so much
So much
joy
joy.
just to look at the cover.
It does. Cheese
Yeah.
Fairyland. Like
Yeah.
take me there right now.
My number 7 is Skyrise. I
yeah.
love this cover. It is so like it pulls me in to the
Yeah,
game.
it's like unique.
I have had the opportunity to play this game.
What?
I'm not very good at it. We played when I went down to Nashville.
Oh,
yeah.
I was
the
like,
studio.
when did you get to play it?
Just like
Okay.
without me. It's good. It's a very like spatial game, and I've realized like as a gamer, I am not good with spatial stuff. But the cover is so cool. How the game really does feel like how the cover looks. You are building up a metropolis basically on these floating islands, and especially if you have the deluxe version, the floating islands literally like are plastic pieces that come up off the board, so it feels like it's a
my
floating
God.
island. So I think the cover just captures that like perfectly.
Yes.
Captures the gameplay and really pulls you in.
All right, my number 6 is another one that just kind of I look at it and I'm just like, it just is so happy. And that is Philharmonics. because it's
Yeah.
aliens, like an orchestra, but it's like aliens. I'm a cellist. Well, maybe I can't call myself a cellist, but
You can call yourself a cellist.
I played cello for a long time. This whole space orchestra, I don't know. It's like so. I'm like, who thought of this? Like having aliens in space be playing an orchestra. It's just something about it. Like it seems silly, but I love it.
It is.
And
cool.
I like all the colors and the spacey. Yeah, I had like 3 space games on my list. I was like, which one do I like the most? And I ended up on this one.
This one is cool. So mine is actually pretty basic. I'm sure some people might look at this cover and be like, that's boring. But for me, it's like very like it pulls me in because it is so basic. And it's Primal the Awakening.
Oh no, wow.
Just
I love
see
it.
that dragon.
Yeah.
Like I love it because that is exactly that's what you focus on, right? It's not like it's this big sprawling land with this dragon. It's the focus is the dragon, and then the guy with the huge sword just staring it down.
Contrast of
yes, the
it's
contrast.
stunning.
It is beautiful, and I know Alex from Board Game Co. This is like I think it actually was his favorite game from 2024. This game,
Okay.
and so because he loves it so much, I'm like, oh, I really need to get this game. Don't know too much about the gameplay. But the cover literally just draws
It's
me.
stunning.
It's stunning,
Yeah,
and it makes me. I just want it.
If you had like a big blown up
Oh my gosh!
poster of it,
Yeah.
you'd just be like,
No, it's
just.
beautiful.
All right, number 5 is Wondrous Creatures.
Oh, okay, Wondrous Creatures.
I am obsessed with this cover. I love it. I love the colors. I love the creatures. If you've been watching for a while and you know I'm obsessed with like creatures. I'm like thinking,
We love funky creatures over here.
I'm thinking back to like Arborea and the worm.
The worm
and
antlers.
worm. Oh, I'm so obsessed with that antler worm. And I'm obsessed with this foil on the cover.
Yes.
It's just so pretty. I love it. That's the one like I want to put on like a little shelf and I can just stare at it
Yeah.
all day.
Just
Be like,
all right, so mine is another Vincent Dutrait one.
All right, we know that Carly likes
I like-
Vincent Dutrait and Andrew Bosley.
Yeah, it's a problem. We've played the game, and I thought it was fine.
Uh-huh.
But then they came out with this like re-skinning, and I do think they did change some stuff about the base game. And I was like, immediately because it was Lord of the Rings, I was like, yes, I want that right now. Lord of the Rings, Duel for Middle Earth. Like this cover
Oh, yeah.
is so good. So this is
Okay.
Seven Wonders Duel.
Yeah.
The retheming of Seven Wonders Duel, and like the cover is so good that it's drawing me back to the game that I was like, I'm not quite sure if I like it or not, but I want to play it again because of the
'cause that's
cover.
sort of- cover and your
Yeah, and
and
the theme, and so I mean that just shows how good of a cover it is.
Yeah.
It's drawing me back to a game that I previously played that I was like, it's fine. I don't really know if I need to play it again. Now with this theming and that cover, I'm
You're
just like,
"No,
maybe I
do.
need to.
I need to revisit
Like,
that.
Maybe I should revisit it. Love this. I love the ring right in the middle, on both the good and the bad side. Ring race with the. I mean, it's beautiful.
My number 4 is not just Andrew Bosley.
You know what it is? I'm gonna dive it in.
It's a combination of Andrew Bosley and Vincent Dutrait. So I'm kind of piggybacking off of Carly here, maybe. And that one is Unconscious Mind.
This list should just be the best works of Vincent Dutrait
Yeah.
and Andrew Bosley this year.
You're taken into that whole like psychology kind of like therapy, laying
Yep.
back, and you see that cute little cat, but then it's like takes you into the dream realm. And Carly was able to get her hands on this, and it's even more stunning in person.
I don't even know.
just grab it.
Should we grab it?
Grab it.
Like,
Look at it.
maybe should we take off? Should we take off the wrap?
I don't know.
It's like a foil.
Yeah.
That's on the dream part. Can you even see that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry if you can't
Obsessed.
see it, but it is
I love it.
beautiful.
And it's one that like I saw the cover and I was just like, I need that. It's one of those games. I saw
Yes.
the cover and I'm like, I need that game.
My number 4 has already been talked about.
Oh,
It's
crossover.
Fromage.
Ah!
It is so good. It gives me so much joy just to simply look at this cover.
Open it.
Oh yes, I'll open this for you. The rolling hills of cheese,
Uh-huh.
and the cows and the sheep and the little windmill with
I know.
with like the
So much
bright
little cute
purple.
details.
Like it is so good, and it makes me so
I'm
happy.
gonna go live in my fairyland of cheese.
I just love it.
And the clouds.
The clouds.
They're
I
so
know.
cute.
It's so
Those
good.
are like adorable clouds.
They're just like cartoony.
I know,
like,
they're so
fluffy clouds.
cute. My number 3 is kind of a reskin of a game.
Okay.
And that one is Black Forest.
It's
It was
like-
original, but then it was
Yeah,
made something
so
else.
it's
and then
like
back to this.
So this is like the original game for Glass Road.
This one, like, it takes me there of
One
the
second,
Black
back
Forest.
Go for
And the lighting, I can like feel the sun coming through the trees. Like, I don't know. This is one that I like, yeah, I would definitely hang this up on my wall if it was even just like a painting. It's just,
That's what I'm saying. I can't even tell. It's not a picture, right?
no, yeah.
It almost
checked
looks like
before.
it could be a picture. Like, and the way like the light
it's
streams,
perfect.
it is.
I can like feel it.
Yes.
I can, like, it takes me into the forest. It takes my breath away.
It does. The only thing, my only gripe with this cover, and I don't know what you can really do about it
Uh-huh.
if it has to be in a first. I don't know that from like the publishing side, but I wish that like the publishing logo
Oh,
was maybe off to the side.
yeah. Mhm.
Because for whatever reason that kind of throws me off. I wish it was like
Yeah.
more off to the side. But it's so
Yeah.
beautiful. It's
I
really,
can
really
agree with
pretty.
that, but it's still, yeah. The other ones that like inspire, I mean, this one inspires joy, but the other ones that I'm like, like giddy, this one is like peace.
Yes.
And take me there and feel the warmth of the sun.
My number 3 was actually gifted to me from by Tim Chuan, so thank you so much, Tim. It is a fantastic game in general, but I love the cover. But the funny part is, Tim gave me the deluxe version, and I actually like the regular cover more than
Oh,
the
than the
deluxe
deluxe?
cover. But this cover is Andromeda's Edge.
This was on my,
This
Left.
cover is like for a space
Yeah.
game. Like this cover gives me like everything that I want
Mm-hmm.
in a space game cover. You know, it
Yeah.
has that sense of adventure and the nebulas that are
Mm-hmm.
just like the bright, beautiful colors, along with the spaceships and the aliens and that huge, amazing, just like alien looking structure right in the center with the light coming off. Like it is beautiful. I think the deluxe cover is cool and is pretty, but I think this one is prettier. I like this more.
It is beautiful. It was on my list and before, but I decided I liked Philharmonics. Just Philharmonics
A little bit
inspired
more.
a little
Yeah.
bit more like happiness.
Exactly.
For me.
This one inspires like adventure
Yeah.
for me. It's like exploring the unknown and going out and adventuring, and absolutely gorgeous. They did a fantastic job with it. All right, your number 2.
All right, my number 2 is another one I kickstarted. And that one is Cryptic Nature. I just love it. I don't know. I'm like, yes, take me there into that campsite where I'm gonna go explore and like research these cryptids.
I love the campsite in the middle, right? Because
yes.
the whole game is you are basically going out and exploring these creatures, right? Aren't you like trying to like research them
Yeah,
or
you're-
collect
yeah.
them or something? So I love that little campsite with
Yes.
all the cryptids around you. It is a really cool
You're like
cover.
cryptozoologists
Yeah.
in the game. And so yeah. This is one I actually like late backed. Like I loved the theme and I loved the cover, and it was kind of like whenever I'd see Fracture Skies, I'm like, I have to click on it. That was like Cryptic Nature. I'm like, oh, I just love it. And eventually I was like, you know what, I'm gonna regret it so much if I don't just back it. So number 2.
Good one, good one. My number 2 has already been mentioned, so I won't go into too much detail, but yes, Unconscious Mind.
Should we bring it out again?
I know, we'll bring it out again. It's so beautiful. I love how they made that choice of taking 2
Yeah.
very different artists
Yeah.
and having them do very distinct parts of the game. I can't think of another game that does it to this extent.
Yeah.
Because lots of games, or some games have, you know, a couple different artists, but they work together collectively as a whole. It's not, you are working specifically on this big section and very different artists are working on this
The
section.
components in the game are like that too,
Yes,
right?
they are. Yep, the dreams were all Andrew Bosley, and then the real life is all Vincent Dutrait. So I just think that this was just a perfect marriage of those 2 artists, and their styles, and it's just amazing. Like, it's, I don't even know what else to say about it, but I think it's beautiful. I think that this cover should win nominations. I think it should be like in museums. I think it is just beautiful. I am obsessed with it. I love it. On to our number ones. Take it away, Kim.
My number one, every time that I see it, it just like, I'm just like, oh, it's stunning. Like, it just like floors me, I guess. And that one is Rebirth.
This was actually on my short list. It is gorgeous.
It's so beautiful. So yes, it has the people standing in the front, looking at the scenery, but I don't know, like it's the kind of like, it captures, like if I'm going on a hike and somewhere beautiful and like I want to get like a really good view, like that's what this captures. Like I've hiked to the top, I can feel the fresh air, I see the windmills. Similar like emotional reaction to when I like looked at the Black Forest. That one's more like peace. This one's like energizing, light.
One of my favorite parts of this whole cover is this glass section they added to the castle. Almost like a greenhouse kind of look. Something about it feels like Howl's Moving Castle to me. A little bit. Like some of the cities that they go in, it kind of just has that like fantastical, just like you said, like almost like adventure kind of feel. This was on my short list.
Suddenly I see the cows and I'm
I love the cows.
This is like the realistic-ish version of Fromage. Like Fromage is like my fairy cheese land, and then this is
the
like
reality.
Yeah.
So we're going from something very peaceful to something hard. So my top board game of 2024 is Dune War for Arrakis. So I'm actually going to bring it down because it's on my shelf right now. So I'm going to bring it down because I just need to talk about this. So for those of you who don't know, Dune is like one of my favorite movies of all time. So naturally I would be drawn to this cover. But the fact that this cover, works, like it works this way. And then you flip it upside down and it works the same the other way. Like it's such a good design, like just everything about it, because this is a 2-player head-to-head area control game, and you get that from the cover, right? You get 2-player area control. You've got this side with Paul Atreides and the worms, and then you have the Baron and the Harkonnens on this evil side. Like, it is so good. I'm obsessed with it.
It scares me.
It scares you?
Yeah, I mean, it captures Dune very well. And I don't like 2-player head-to-head very much. Yep. It makes me feel anxious.
I love 2-player head-to-head
So I'm like,
games.
it conveys that like you're going head-to-head, and I'm like,
like, I'm going to beat you down. And I'm going to kill you. So thematic, and it just comes through perfectly in this cover. I think it's fantastic the way you're able to flip it either side.
I agree.
I think it's just genius. And I love this game so much. So that is my number one. All right, so those are our top 10 game covers for 2024. Again, this list could have been easily like 20 or 30 games long. There were so many great covers out there. So if there's any covers that we missed or any that you personally thought were fantastic, please drop them in the comments below, and we'll be able to look through all of the beautiful covers for this year.
One of my short list was Dragon Eclipse.
Oh, see, that one is a good one too. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, it means so much if you could do that. Really helps support us in everything that we're doing over here. And make sure to be on the lookout for the other 2 follow-up videos to this video. We're going to be also doing our top favorite themes for 2024, and then also our favorite new to us games that we played this year. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.